The Swiss Army knife is one of the best known multi-tools out there, and I remember growing up really wanting one of these in my pocket. Now, these were very expensive and I couldn't afford them, so I used to get rip-offs of these, and I think every one of you can relate to that. Now, in this video, I want to review one of the best Swiss Army knives according to me, and that's the Victorinox Huntsman. Now, I think it's one of the best because of the size and the number of tools you get with it without, compromising on the ability to handle it in terms of weight or carry it in your pocket or put it in a bag. So let's get into this review. I'm going to bring the camera here and take you through the different tools that you get on this knife and why I think it's the best. Alright, so here it is, the Huntsman, a 4-layer Swiss Army knife. The perfect size for everyday carry, fits well in the hand, not too bulky and yet not too small to actually cut down on functions. Now, this fits perfectly in my pocket without me actually feeling the weight of it or the bulk of it. If you're a woman, I think this will sit well in your bag as well without making you uncomfortable with its size and weight. So that's the first thing that I like about the Huntsman. Now, coming to the tools itself, you have a small knife which comes pretty sharp out of the box. Now, the small knife many people think is redundant because you have another big knife. But I think the small knife is there for a reason. I just cut myself. I think it's there for a reason, primarily because when you are, say, opening packages or you're in a mall and you need to open a box or something, pulling out the small knife and opening up the package would be much better than, say, where's the big knife now? Sorry about that. Yeah, it's right here. Pulling out this, which would look pretty intimidating, right? Imagine someone pull this out near you, say in a bus or in a train or in a mall. This would be intimidating, and your only intention was to cut the plastic off your Amazon package. So yeah, the small knife does well there. Not intimidating, but still a pretty sharp knife that you can use. The other thing that the small knife gives you is a good leverage to shave off wood if you're camping or in the wild. Let me close those. Now, the next thing that I really like about this is the pair of scissors that you get with the Huntsman. Now, I think a pair of scissors is a very important tool in your toolkit because a lot of times you cannot use a knife to cut certain things, and a pair of scissors will do well for those kind of cutting requirements and also for precision when you're cutting something that requires precision. Whether you're cutting rope or you're cutting paper, or even if you need to cut your nails in the wild, the scissors is a great tool. Okay, let me try that. Right. Okay, coming to the basic tools, you have a can cutter with a bottle opener on this end. This is pretty sharp here, and it also has a small screwdriver here. And on the other side, you have a bottle opener with a larger flathead screwdriver and a wire cutter. Yeah, this locks in pretty well. So that is another thing I like about the Swiss Army knives, the original ones from Victorinox, because you get rip-offs or fake ones that do not lock in well, and when you actually use the tool, it kind of gets loose at the hinges, but that does not happen with the original Swiss Army knife. Coming to one of my favorite parts of this particular model is the saw. This is a very important tool if you are out in the wild or camping or in a survival situation. Now, I wouldn't recommend that any of the tools that you find on a Swiss Army knife be the only tools you have. Obviously, you need to be carrying separate tools. For example, a knife, you cannot depend on the knife on this, but you still have this as the last resort, right? So this again is like the last resort wood saw. And what I really like about the Swiss Army knife wood saws is it's not a gimmick. It really does a fantastic job at cutting wood. Unlike the fake ones that you get in the market, I'm talking about the fake Swiss Army knives, they cannot cut wood as well as this one does. And again, this can be sharpened with the sharpening tool that you get from Victorinox. Okay, I think I've covered all the tools on this side. On this side, you have your standard cork opener, which I think is like, something that has come into this from the past, which is not really useful today. But people who use Swiss Army knives have found several uses for this. Say for example, to wrap around a fire starter cord around here, just in case you need emergency fire starting cord, or even any other cord. You can wrap it around this and you have emergency cord. Of course, you won't have a lot of it, but you have enough to use in case of that emergency. Oh, wait, before I close this, there's another small hole here. This particular hole is meant for putting in a pin, and this would be a perfect place for you to carry a pin on. So that's a very thoughtful addition. And sorry guys, we're having construction happen next door and it's pretty noisy. In fact, while making this video, I had to stop and start several times. Oh my gosh, this is hard to pull out. Yeah. So this is your general hook. It's a wire hook it was used to carry, bundles that were tied with wires so that you do not cut your hand. So this was a good way to carry, say, a bunch of newspapers, or to carry, just about anything, in fact. But yeah, there are multiple uses for this. I won't get into it. This is like, it's like a DIY tool. You can actually find multiple uses for a lot of the tools in here. Just for example, the scissors, I found out that I can cut my nails with it. So that's it. This is your playground. You can actually use this for a lot of things. The other thing is the awl, and I just don't know where it is right now. It's right here. Okay. The awl is basically a multi use tool. You can use it, to pierce. You can use it to sew in, for emergency sewing. Say for example, your shoes or your clothing. It has that hole in there for that particular reason. Of course, you can watch more videos on how to use the awl, but it's there in this, hidden away there. I couldn't even find it, but it's there. And the final two tools on this is the toothpick, which I really like. Some people don't like this, but for me, I get food stuck in between my teeth all the time. And say in a survival situation, I would not be eating fruit and vegetables because there's no farming. So, if you would have to hunt and eat meat on the go, a toothpick is always useful. But even when you're just out, and about for your work, you can never, deny how important a toothpick is, especially for my teeth. And then I have this mini tweezers that can be used, to pluck out hair, to pull out splinters, and, just as a micro precision grabbing tool or pinching tool. I think this is another great addition to the Huntsman. So overall, I think the Huntsman is one of the best put together tools by Victorinox in their Swiss Army knives category. You have just about everything that you need for daily use and survival. So apart from that, the weight, it's really light, and the size, just look at that. It's something that you can just drop into your pocket and forget. So I think this is my best pick when it comes to Swiss Army knives. Now, if you aren't convinced that this is one of the best Swiss Army knives out there, I would love your opinion. Maybe you can help me explore some more and, tell me why you think your particular choice is better than the Huntsman. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe, like this video, and follow me on Instagram.